Welcome to Super Meat World. In today's update, we will play a small intermission chapter called Super Potato Boy. And there we go, folks! The recommended chapters list has served its purpose about half of the time. Let's bring out the party hats, shall we? So, Super Potato Boy was made by Team Meat, and it was a small promotional chapter that was made as part of a April's Fool prank back in 2011, on which the developers just decided to switch up their mascot to Super Potato Boy. Additionally, Super Meat Boy was part of the Potato Sack Deal bundle, which was a whole bunch of games which had random potato references that were included in order to do some promotion for the game Portal 2. And back when this chapter was released, Super Meat Boy was replaced altogether by Super Potato Boy, so no matter which level you played, you had to be trucking on with this brown fellow right here. Incidentally enough, Super Meat Boy was especially big into the whole Portal 2 ARG game, which had a whole lot of people wondering about stuff concerning the game. There were a whole bunch of levels that were uploaded on Super Meat World, which contained, for instance, login info that you will be using in order to log on to a website that had more info about the game. It was overly cryptic and really hard to find. But this chapter is pretty much just self-explanatory basic gameplay, as opposed to the other levels that I'm talking about. There is nothing particularly complex about these levels. These are straightforward 12 by 12 levels, and the entire chapter is like this. Oh my god, why the hell am I dying through all of these tiny... Oh my god, I'm playing horribly right now. Please forgive me for this really bad playing. You'd think that after playing Starlight, I will be good at this game, but no. Instead, I just had to die. Oh my god, yeah. Let's not talk about this level anymore. I'll just pretend that it never existed, because holy shit, that was embarrassing. Anyway, this chapter is really short. There's only 9 levels, and none of them will take more than 10 seconds to beat. However, your skill may make it so that it will take far more than this amount of time in order to beat those levels. But we're almost done. In fact, we only have 2 levels to go as of now. Oh, this level is definitely harder than the rest. While most of the chapter has been from easy to medium in terms of difficulty, this level is definitely harder than the rest. You have to do these really careful jumps from off the wall, because whenever the lasers are going on, there is no way that you can wall jump. And of course, well, if you stay hung up on a wall too long, you'll just slide off into the spikes. Yeah, don't try to wall jump your way down here, instead just fall. It's much easier this way. But yeah, essentially Super Potato Boy is the family-friendly version of the game, because instead of featuring blood and gore galore, instead, well, there's potato milk. And the chapter goes out with a bang with a rather nasty level, because this fan can be a huge dick. But don't be into a hurry and make it so that the fan is as least involved with this level as possible, and then the victory will be yours. And here we go, we are done with this chapter, but what was with the level titles? Because yeah, they form a phrase. I have absolutely no clue what it means. So we're done with Super Potato Boy, but we're gonna play something else in order to pad this update a little bit more, because otherwise it will be way too short. We're gonna play this chapter, entitled Meat Meat Full. And before you wonder, this is a recommended chapter. And this is not something that you'll guess by looking at it, because, well, those of you who watch my older Super Meat World videos where I will play deliberately really bad levels in order to make fun of them, will pretty much notice that this level is not too far off from the rest. I mean, I suppose on a gameplay standpoint, it's not really too bad, but the decoration here is just awful. And why is it called Evil Forest? There's not even any trees in there. Alright, Meat Boy, say hello to your friend, Perspective. Oh, and yeah, you see those meats which are slowly sliding into the conveyor belt? Well, the conveyor belt happens to be a whole lot faster than it seems. I mean, the effect looks neat, but it doesn't make any sense, because you're not traveling at the same speed than they do. And in fact, you cannot change the speed at which you go on conveyor belts. But yeah, there's been no effort spent onto the coloring into this level, because these are the default colors that you'll get with the style set when making levels into the editor, and the perspective and everything is just all fucked up. It doesn't make any sense because everything's at the same color. De Meat Boy De? Somebody's been listening to their German lessons, alright. But yeah, this level looks better than the rest, but that's not saying much. In fact, there's no camera boundary, and what the fuck is this glitch sun in the middle right here? You can barely see them because they spin so fast. And then finally, yeah, Bandage Girl is not even at the same color than everything else. Is the author trying to establish some sort of artistic statement saying that, well, Bandage Girl puts color into your life or something? Because, okay, that is really lame, and I'm pretty sure I put more effort into this line of thinking than the author of this level. And yeah, say hello to a really shitty Captain Viridian level. I, for one, like to wade through a sea of diarrhea while trying to avoid salt that doesn't have any physical reason of being there whatsoever, and which doesn't make any sense. And finally, this is the ultimate way to see a no-effort Salt Factory level, having these brown backgrounds, because these are the default colors that you'll get when you're doing a Salt Factory level. And all that you have to do in order to change this color is to simply edit the color into the color selection screen. Other than that, it will end up having this really ugly color. And yeah, notice how come no level into this chapter has stuck to any kind of common theme whatsoever. It's pretty much anything goes. We need a Captain Viridian level. Okay, what's next? Now a Tofu Boy level! Oh yes, this is what we're gonna do. I mean, except as a joke, levels with Tofu Boys are not fun. They really have no merit whatsoever because the character is so lame and void of anything that makes him worth playing at all. You're just doing it for masochistic reason because there's no joy in playing with this slow asshole. Oh, and you gotta love the opening of this level too, with the inclined pipe here, because when you're walking, your momentum will make it so that you'll slide off the pipes and you'll simply crash down into the bottom of the pile. And why the hell did I give 2 stars to that? So yeah, this chapter is recommended, ladies and gentlemen. Team Meat wanted every single person out there to play those levels. Just for curiosity, I'm gonna see if there's anything worth checking out on the outskirts of this level, if only because there's no reason that you'll want to go there otherwise. Okay, there was absolutely nothing onto the left, and we'll be down here. If you've answered nothing, well, you're right. I really have no idea what was the reasoning behind this level. It's just... God damn, I hate this chapter. So yay, another level with glitch saw blades that go at 5,000 miles per hour, and which doesn't have any reason to be here. Why is it like that? There's no reason to have that. Just have a regular saw blade. It fulfills the same thing, and it doesn't look stupid. Oh, and just in case you were wondering, oh, but the guy put care into this level because there are saw blade contraptions. No, these are just pre-made objects. You remember the Dr. Feda's boss fight in which there were 2 saw blade contraptions on the 2 sides of the screen in order to keep you sandwiched between the boss? Well, these are the same 2 things. This is a pre-made item and it comes exactly like this. But I'll give it 1 star because of this little steel beam in which you wall jump off. It's pretty neat. Here's a pro tip. Acknowledging the problems of your level doesn't make it magically acceptable or better. There are so many fog objects into this one level that my frames per second drop all the way down to 30. Because making your computer explode due to overheating is not an obstacle, it's a feature. Wait, didn't we play this level already? You mean that this chapter is bad, but it also repeats levels? Wow. Did Team Meat just feature this chapter by accident? Because why else will it be featured? There is nothing that warrants this chapter being here. It's terrible. There is no redeeming feature about this chapter. I mean, it might be if it was just a regular run-of-the-mill chapter, but no, Team Meat wanted you to play this level. They wanted you to play those levels thinking that they are good. Oh yeah, these are exactly my feeling concerning this level. This level looks better than the rest, but that's not saying much. It's just saying that a piece of shit looks better than the other one. So we're not really doing that great into the field of expertise of this one chapter. Finally, why did you put saw blades here? Shouldn't it have been better to have spikes there? Because, well, it looks far more presentable than having all of these million saw blades here. And come on, don't showboat. Just finish this chapter already, because this is the final level and I really don't want to play these levels anymore ever again. Here we go. That'll be the end of that. Meat full, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't that a great chapter? So yeah, moral of the story. Just because a chapter is recommended doesn't mean that it's worth playing. And with that, we are done with this update. Coming up next, a daring and experimental chapter that is worth checking out. The Passenger by Rockley Smile.